Edumon Tutorials. I'm Riya Pami. In this lecture, I'm going to explain about predicates and quantifiers. So, we'll learn in this lecture what are predicates and quantifiers. Before that, we should know why do we actually need predicates and quantifiers. Like for example, if you're in a computer class where there are 20 computers, you can't actually declare a statement like all these 20 computers are working properly, like they don't have any defects with them. So, to declare such statements, we need some more powerful logic rather than the propositional logic that we have learned in the previous lectures. We need a more powerful logic, which is the predicate logic. So, predicates and quantifiers are the basics of the predicate logic. Let's learn what are predicates. What are predicates? Here, statements involving variables such as x is greater than 3, x equals to y plus 3, x plus y equals to z. And computer X is under attack by an intruder. Computer X is functioning properly. So in all these statements, X would be the subject and greater than 3 would be the predicate. So the statement P of X is used to denote the predicates. The statement P of X is also said to be the value of the propositional function P at X. Why P of X is called as the propositional function of P at X? Because P of X declares whether all these conditions, like all these statements, are true or false. Let's see an example to understand better. Let P of X denote the statement X is greater than 3. What are the truth values of P of 4 and P of 2? Like the truth value of P of 4 would be true because 4 is greater than 3, and for P of 2 it is false. So preconditions and post conditions. So in predicates we have preconditions and post conditions. What are preconditions? The statements that describe valid input are known as preconditions. Like the desired input, the valid input we need for the particular domain are the preconditions. Post conditions are conditions that the output should satisfy when the program has run. When the program has been executed or when it has been run, the conditions, the output should satisfy. Like for example here, temp equals to x, x equals to y equals to temp. So it is a swap function. So when you give inputs like x equals to a and y equals to b, which are the valid inputs in this case, that is the preconditions. So after performing this program, after performing this swap function, we should get the output like x equals to b, y equals to a. So when we get this desired output, so which is the post condition, that means when the outputs are satisfied with the program that we have run, these are the, then it means that we got the post conditions. What are quantifiers? Quantification to create a proposition from a propositional function. Quantification expresses the extent to which a predicate is true over a range of elements. Like quantification expresses for a range of elements for which the particular predicate or the particular domain is true or not. So we are going to learn about two types of quantifiers. One is universal quantifier and the other one is existential quantifier. Universal quantifier. The universal quantification of P of X for a particular domain is the proposition that asserts that P of X is true for all the values of X in this domain, which is the universal quantifier means P of X would be true for all the values of X in this domain. Here is the definition for universal quantifier. The universal quantification of P of X is the statement P of X for all values of X in the domain. What is existential quantifier? With existential quantification, we form a proposition that is true if and only if P of X is true for at least one value of X in the domain. So it can't be true for every value, but it should be at least true. That is, P of X should be at least true for at least one value of X in the domain. Here is the definition of existential quantification. The existential quantification of P of X is the proposition there exists an element X in the domain such that P of X. Let's see an example to understand better. Here is the example of universal quantifier. Let P of X be the statement x plus 1 is greater than x. So what would be the truth value of the quantification for all x P of X? So because P of X is true for all the real numbers of x, the quantification for all x P of X is true. Like in this condition, if you assign any real number like 1, 2 or any real number, this condition is true. This condition is satisfied. So therefore for all x, p of x, it is true. Existential quantifier. So let p of x denote x is greater than 3. So what is the value of there exists x for p of x? So because x is greater than 3, it won't be true for every real number of x. Like for some values, here it is like because x is greater than 3 is sometimes true. For instance, when x equals to 4, there exists a unique number, there exists an at least one number, that is x equals to 4, which satisfies this condition. So therefore, existential quantification of p of x, which is there exists x, p of x, is true. Uniqueness quantifier. So we don't actually need uniqueness quantifier because we can prove uniqueness quantifier with the help of universal and existential quantifier. So let's see what is all about uniqueness quantifier. There exists a unique x such that p of x is true. For instance, there exists x for which there exists a unique x. This here is the condition: x minus 1 equals to 2, x minus 1 equals to 0. So when this condition would be true, when there is a unique value, that is x equals to 1. Am I right? So because if only if x equals to 1, then this statement, this condition would be true. If in rest of the cases, it won't be true. So we need a unique value, we need a unique x, so that p of x would be true. So here is about this is all about the uniqueness quantifier. So with this, I conclude this lecture. In the coming up lectures, we're going to cover even more interesting topics.